Hello and welcome to another Star Wars Destiny Spirit of Rebellion booster pack, booster box opening. I'll get it right one day. So this is now my fourth box. Yes, I bought that many and I have one more left because I don't know the value of money, clearly. But hey, means that you get to watch more box openings. We'll probably power through this pretty quickly, I reckon. I'm trying to get faster, but you know, it is what it is. So here we go. Let's get our first pack on the go. Oh wow! What a start! Palpatine. So I now have two Palpatines, so I can do the single character suicide lineup, if you like. I really don't think that there's any way you can get anywhere with an elite Palpatine unless, well, we'll see what's coming in the future. Smuggling Freighter. If you've watched a few of the other of these, you'll know that I really don't like that card. Mostly because you have to throw it away if you resolve one of its die faces that's not either the blank or the one. Means that you've got to pay for it again and again and again. Con Artist, great. It's going to be an interesting addition to all of the yellow decks, but I reckon, as I've said before, as soon as the character that that's attached to is looking dangerous, your opponent's just gonna kill them, so probably want to have a couple of second chances knocking about. Outer Rim Smuggler. Cool. Got a few of these now. Yeah. Not really sure how convinced I am by them, but you know, yellow don't really need any more good characters. You know, the cheap yellow hero being the hired gun. I guess that's one cost less, isn't it? Oh, next, another elite, another rocket launcher. I think I've got 3 of these now, so that's a pretty good trading base to start from. People are going to want these rocket launchers. They are a crazy scary card if you can build a deck that generates enough resources consistently that you can actually do that damage. R2-D2. Cool, I've got a few of these now. Again, probably going to be trading most of them away. We'll see. I have a feeling there's going to be quite a lot of R2-D2s around, so might not be the most tradable card. Delta 7 Interceptor. Again, I've got a few of these now. Quite nice to have a support vehicle for the blue hero, but it's not exactly a card that sets the world alight. But it does allow you to do a few, you know, different things with blue that you couldn't before, so that's nice. TIE Pilot, excellent. So I've got one of these already, so this makes 2. Means that you can do the Veers double TIE Pilot setup, which I reckon is going to be pretty fun. Yeah, not a fan of the modified sides on that dice, but you know, in theory you should be able to pair it with enough things that you know, the modified aspect isn't really an issue. Supply line. I kind of expected to be inundated with these, but this is the 4th box I've opened and this is the first supply line that I've come up with. I really quite like this card. Any 1 cost dice is, especially when it's a support at 1 cost, is pretty nice. And you know, focus, reroll on the special, a few resources here and there. You can't really go wrong. Unless, of course, you're sprinting for your battlefield, when obviously the more dice you have to roll, the slower you go. So, you know, depends how you play, how you set up. But I reckon that's a pretty good one cost support. Cool, another DT29 heavy blaster pistol. I've got a few of these now. I reckon it's a pretty solid 2-cost weapon. Yeah, again, 2 modified sides, but you know, if you're running that in a deck with, let's say, some Death Troopers, the fact that you've got such consistency on the Death Troopers means that you're just going to be fine. Yeah. Force Heal. Second one of these now, which is good. Nice to see that healing is coming into the game with this set properly, because I still don't really count Second Chance from the original set as healing as such, just because it all happens at once. Ooh, Blackmail, excellent stuff. So this is another one of these wonderful 3-cost upgrades, and just smashes Yellow Villain out of the water yet again, because it's so strong. However, your opponent can get rid of it by spending a resource, but that's never a bad thing, because that's one less resource for them and one more resource for you. And to be honest, they're going to want to do that regularly. The only time that I can imagine that they wouldn't want to do that is if you hit the 3 shield side and you're already full of shields. That's the only time I could imagine your opponent not giving you the resource to get rid of that guy. Which inevitably means that they're going to end up really short on resources, or they're going to decide a couple of times not to do it, and you're going to get to, you know, discard 3 cards out of their hand, which will be pretty sweet. Chirrut Imwe. So I now have 3 of this guy, so one of them will go on the trading block, I reckon. Pretty solid character. Going to be interesting to see how he actually works in play with the combination of melee and range on his die, and obviously with the modified sides. Okay, Royal Guard. Got quite a few of these now as well. It's a really solid die for a 9 character cost. But not being able to put blue abilities becomes a little bit of dead weight, and obviously it'd be nice if it was 9 health rather than 8, especially if you're going to be using the Guardian keyword on it. But hey, FFG have been pretty good about balancing things, so let's hope they're keeping on with that. We've got Ventress here, my second one of her, I think. Definitely got at least one of her already. Again, pretty solid card if it wasn't for the health to character cost discrepancy. But as I was just saying, FFG have been pretty good about, you know, balancing stuff, so kind of trust them. We'll see. Or U-Wing. I love the fact that this isn't unique, so in theory you could have 2 of them, which is just terrifying. Yeah, so that's another legendary. I've got one of these already, so I can have 2 of them, which makes me very happy, but probably also makes me very poor at 5 resource cost. So we've got 4 legendaries already. Another Chirrut Imwe. Wow, man, he is all over the place. My 4th one in total, 2 in this box. Definitely gonna be looking for some people who want some Chirrut action. Yeah. And Aura Singh. Excellent. So I've got one of her cards already. So being able to elite her up to 18 character cost for 2 dice would be nice. Although, as I said when I picked her the first time, I don't think I'm going to do that because the temptation to discard too many cards when you're resolving her dice is going to just mean you end up milling yourself if you have her at elite. And at 14 for a single die, there's plenty of space in there for you to either put you could put 2 8-cost non-unique characters with her, or to get some extra health pool, or you could put a reasonably decent elite other character. Cool, another handcrafted light bow. I like this. Obviously it ties in really well with Chirrut. 3 cost is great. The special's great. Just be nice if, well, you know, obviously it's a light bow. We know what it does. It's a stick and it's a crazy blaster. Be cool if it could shoot vehicles like it does in the film. That's its special, but you know, you can't get everything. That would make it probably worthy of being a 4-cost card. So I'm kind of glad that it sits at 3. It's nice to have some Blue Hero weapons at 3. So, Maz Kanata. Nice cheap little unique character. I think that's my 3rd of her, so again, going to see a lot going on the trading blocks in these last couple of boxes. I've got 5 in total, so I'm kind of sitting here waiting for the 1 or 2 elites that, 1 or 2 legendaries that I haven't hit yet. Evo placement, I think that's my 3rd one of those. Again, great for all of you battlefield rushers, because that turns that into a very scary looking die. But then if you're a battlefield rusher, you probably don't want to have support cards. So, you know. Excuse me. Another Delta 7. These seem to be all over the place as well. I think I've got like 4 or 5 of them now. So, kind of, hopefully won't see any more. So, Journals of Ben Kenobi. Again, I've got a few of these now. I don't really think this card is going to see much play. 3 blanks just, for me, automatically says, you are not coming to the table with me today. But, I mean, it's cool, because now we know that Ben wrote a book. Maybe it's instructions of how to do the Crate Dragon Howl. So, Guavian Enforcer, second one of these, pretty cool. 8 cost, what can you say, you know, it's pretty decent. And I guess if you hit one of the modified sides and you don't have anything to resolve it with, then you can always remove an opponent's shield, which is never not a good thing. Astromech, yeah, obviously lots of vehicles seem to be flying about at the moment, particularly in my last couple of boxes. So if you're going to build a vehicle heavy deck, then you're definitely going to have some Astromechs in there. It'd be really interesting to see if a support based deck does kind of come to light. I think we're probably going to need the next set to have a character in it that just, you know, smashes it with vehicles. Jyn Erso back again. I think now I have 4 Jyn Ersos. So a little bit like Chirrut. She seems to be all over the place, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm sure lots of people will want to have her. It's just whether she's going to have any trading weight. Okay, another E-Web emplacement. Yeah, got these coming out the wazoo as well. It always worries me when you know, you're getting a lot of the same in multiple boxes. You'd like to think that it's nice and random, you know, what gets in there. But sometimes you worry it's not. Vibrant Knucklers, that's alright. I think this is the third one of these for me. But it's a great card, so I'm not really too bothered about that. I'm sure there will be people wanting to trade for that. Absolutely sure. Yeah, you just kind of hope that, you know, as you go, this is like I said, this is my fourth box. There's got a lot of dupes in, like I say, Chirrut, the E-Web emplacement, the Delta 7 Interceptor, Jin. I've got loads of those from 4 boxes. You just hope that everyone else who's buying like multiple boxes doesn't have lots of the same cards that you've got lots of. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'll carry on opening packs and shut up. Luminara, pretty cool. This is the second one I've pulled. Although again, because of her character cost, I don't think I'll ever actually play her as Elite, because 17 character cost for 10 health. It's just not my style, man. It's just not my style. Here's another one that I've got loads of. FN2199. Pretty cool guy, especially, you know, the character cost here is on the really good side of things. The 1013, I reckon he's going to be very popular, especially with his little ability there to, after you play a weapon on this character, roll that die. If able, you may immediately resolve it. So you can get some serious damage out of that, especially if you get lucky with how your weapons come into your hand and kind of get like a 2 cost, and then a 3 cost, and you can kind of overwrite them a little bit and maybe pull them out of your discard pile and start getting silly with just, you know, swapping a 3 cost for a 3 cost just so that you can roll it in and use it. You know, you could if you had a 3 cost upgrade on it, you could roll it in, use it, resolve it, and then if you had 2 or 3 more of them in your hand, you could just pile through them into your discard pile and resolve each one every time, and that could be pretty cool and pretty annoying for your opponent. Khan Artist, got a few of this guy as well. He's going to be an interesting card to deal with. And again, hopefully we'll have a bit of value in the trading world. Aha! Our last legendary, Baze Malbus. Again, as I've said multiple times, the characters in this set don't quite hack it for me. He's got a 14/18 cost and 11 health. If he had 12 health, maybe. Or if the +2 lost its plus, or the 3 lost its resource cost, then suddenly he becomes something interesting. But we'll see. Though he'll be great with that special, he'd be great against 4-wide Stormtrooper decks. But as with all of these things, you don't know what you're going to be up against until you actually get to a tournament or whatever. So, you know, it's difficult to build decks specifically to combat other, you know, individual decks that you're not, you know, just in case you come across them. You've got to be a good deck in and of yourself. Yeah, the A180 blaster. I like that. I like the fact that it's got 2 special sides, and I like the fact that you can choose the special that suits you best. Fits in very well with the movie, because that gun, they could change it into a sniper rifle, or into a small blaster, or into a bigger rifle. Yeah, pretty cool. Lone Operative. Got a few of these as well. I think this is my 4th of these, so yeah, probably trade a couple of them away. Pretty nice to get some healing going. Yeah, I like that card very much. That's definitely going to go into my yellow hero decks. Definitely. Yeah, 3 cost. It's not too prohibitively expensive. It's a shame about that one resource side. Mon Mothma. Again, probably going to go in. Well, she will go in some hero mill decks for sure, and put Akbar back on the sidelines. But I'm unconvinced that she's a better option than Akbar. Although I suppose if you say that you don't want to be rolling Akbar's damage side, then maybe. But what has she got? She's got 1 focus, 2 focus, a shield, and 2 resources. So you essentially, if I remember rightly, you've swapped a 1 range damage for a resource. So I guess kind of works. Vibrant Knife, nice. Got quite a few of those. Hopefully they'll people will want to trade with me for them. So that's the end of my box. Let me line up here the legendaries that we pulled in this box. Oops. So I mean, I'm pretty happy with this because I've got 3 legendaries that I didn't have before. Considering this is my 4th box. No, sorry, 2 legendaries that I didn't have before, which is fine considering it's my 4th box. But also, it's got Palpatine in it. You can't be unhappy with a box that's got Palpatine in. Would be my opinion on that. I normally pull out other highlights that we've pulled in this box, but literally none of the other dice cards that we've pulled are new. So yeah, if you want to see which ones of the ones I've pulled here that I think are good, go and watch the other videos. And yeah, that'll do it for this one. So hopefully see you in one of those other videos. Take care.